Life is now. God is now. Opportunity is now. Action is now. A better thought is now. Your life is now. Your life begins now. And if you would get up and take steps to begin, so as addicts, we usually find our thought process resting in either of these two options. The past, where we're constantly thinking about the negative things that happened to us, the horrible events that led us to the current situation we're in, or we've grabbed a little bit of hope and we're stuck in the future where if only this would happen, then I'd get my shit together and I'd find myself in a profitable direction. And we neglect the very power of right now, right? We're stuck in the past, we're stuck in the future, and we miss the heaven, the paradise, the nowness of right now, where we can actually take steps that enables and ensures that we move away from the old behaviors and that we move towards the new target that we're aiming at. We neglect the power to take a damn step right now that will help us move in the direction that we want to go. Instead, we want to daydream. Well, when this situation happens, or when this lines up the way that it's supposed to line up, then I'll get my shit together, I'll be in the right direction, I'll have a little purpose, I'll have a little hope. And we forget that the ends starts with the means of getting there. The end result starts with the beginning. How are you going to begin your steps? What actions are you going to take today to get to where you want to be? Right? And as addicts, we're the worst. We just want to daydream and live in the past or make excuses and point fingers. We're entitled, arrogant, prideful, narcissistic assholes that don't want to take any blame. We don't want to take any responsibility. We don't want to put in any work that will enable us to get where we want to be. We would much rather live in the hurt of the past to make excuses while we're stuck where we currently are. Or we want to daydream into the future thinking, well, if this situation will line up perfectly, that it would ensure me that I could actually get there. Here's the deal. There's no 100% certainty in waiting for life to align to fit you. As addicts, we know all too well that life is on its own conditions, right? We can't control life. And the sooner that we line up into the rhythm of life, the sooner we actually surrender our pride and our egotistical, narcissistic ways and realize that living in the past isn't going to get us any closer to freedom, to sobriety, to being clean, and that living in the future is only going to distract us from doing anything meaningful right now. When we realize this, then we can actually grab a hold of some sovereignty in our life. And sovereignty meaning that you take ownership of your life right now by making some decisions right now in this moment. And putting some actions together with those thoughts and those daydreams that will enable you to actually take some steps closer to the target that you're aiming at. So often, we fail to recognize the power of right now. Every end starts with the beginning. And so what are you beginning to do today that will get you one step closer to where you want to go? And that leads to tomorrow, when tomorrow's a new beginning. And we're not focused on yesterday. We're not focused on tomorrow. We're focused on right now. What can I do right now? What am I capable of right now? What resources do I possess right now? What's within my capacity right now to take at least one small step that gets me closer? And we all know it's them small steps. It's day in and day out, week in and week out that leads up to that year-end result of, damn, I've been clean and sober for a year. I've kept a job for a year. My family and friends are talking to me. I'm actually a productive, contributing member of society because I stopped focusing on yesterday. I stopped daydreaming into the future. And I said, what the hell can I do right now that creates my tomorrow? And as addicts, we've got to get out of that horrible mindset that lives in the past or lives in the future, and we're waiting for opportunity, or we're blaming the inopportunity of yesterday. What can you do today to get your ass up and take a step, make an action, have a better thought, do something today that's going to be productive that will lead into tomorrow? Right now is all we're going to ever have, and I don't want to sound like some spiritual hippie, or maybe I do, but now, the right now, nowness is all that we ever have. Life is now. God is now. Opportunity is now. Action is now. A better thought is now. Your life is now. Your life begins now. And if you would get up and take steps to begin, I promise the end result will work itself out. Every day we show up and just begin, and we do a little better, and we become a little better, and we think a little better, and we move away from the old behaviors, and closer we inch towards that end result. The end is going to take care of itself once we begin. Every day decide that you're going to show up and you're going to begin. You're going to move away from the past towards your future by living in the now and taking the necessary steps that are going to provide a profitable ending. What can you do today to facilitate the growth that's going to lead you in a direction that's worthy of who you are? Assholes will stay in the past. Assholes will dream of the future and never take action. We all know those lazy, asshole, entitled people. We've been them. But the hero within us says, what action can I do today to begin to chop away at the enemy and the head of the dragon that's breathing down my throat with all these excuses and narcissistic behaviors? One action today that begins to chop away the head of the assholes so that we quit stuttering and staying stagnant in that pool of fiery pit and hellness and actually move towards the sunshine, move towards hope, move towards heaven. I love you guys. You'll see me next episode.